Open Yoga teacher, and this is Morning English Speaking Yoga Club. Let's start our lesson with sharing power. Please introduce yourself and tell about the positives that you had last week. Please, Slava, can you be the first?
My name is Slava Rezhik. I'm a second-year student of Shakti 23 group of International Open Yoga University. My first positive is sport. I have such progress. I running 2 weeks, and I see progress, and it's like me. It's like for me good feeling. Okay. Second positive. It seems to have gotten colder, but it feels like spring will come soon. It's also positive feeling for me. I don't know why, but and third positive. It's I don't know, just positive. I have positive feelings. I was in some kind, I don't know, bad mood, maybe some kind of depression, but now it's more positively, and I don't know, maybe it's sun, maybe it's sport, but I feel good. It's feeling good is good. Yes, I think.
Okay, and how do you check your progress in running? For me, the most important thing is measuring of my pulse, because I really take care of my heart health, and it's very important for me to have a cardio training 2 times a week. That's why the most important things for me is my pulse. And what about you? Do you check your господи, the distance? So do you have progress in the distance of running, and do you check your pulse?
Yes, I check. I not exactly. I don't check my pulse. I configure treadmill to run in constant pulse. So I have some belt cardio monitor, and I configure treadmill. They change speed dependent of my pulse. So I set constant pulse. I running, and I run 1 hour, and I see distance, and this distance in this constant pulse increase from training to training, and I have less pain.
Excuse me, but what pulse do you set?
I set really small pulse, 111. It's really low for me, but I don't run long time, and I think it's good to start from small pulse. And I have problems with my legs, with joints, and I want to run. I like running, but I have problems with my legs, so I start from small and increase it time from time, and want to run freely again. Also, I have less pain in joints. I have pain in muscles, and I think it's good, but joints it's not good because of I have some time of my feet, and already good because it's not pain, and also I have feeling I can run more, and it's a really power feeling when you understand you can't do more, you have power, power. Increasing progress. Yes, it's good feeling.
Okay, thank you very much. And as for me, I want to do my cardio training for my heart myocard elasticity by skiing. And I don't know what pulse will I set in my Apple Watch, but I will try to do it by skiing. And Nizhny Novgorod is situated on hills because here we have two rivers, Oka and Volga, and the place where I live is also full of hills. That's why a part of my training I ski up, and part of training I ski down, and that is why maybe my pulse will increase. And I also want to join the group of so there are two methods of skiing, classic one, and in Russian it is called konьkom. Unfortunately, at school nobody teach us to go like konьkom, and that's why I found the teacher, the trainer, that can teach me to do it in a proper way. Because sometimes I train near professional sportsmen, and in one distance they make one cycle, and I make, for example, 10 cycles. That is why I understand that their biomechanical movement is perfect, and they have a long rest during this cycle. They make one push, and after that, they have a rest for 10 meters or maybe more. And I do a lot of cycles because my movement are not so perfect. That is why I'm very tired in the same period of time. So my aim is make a perfect movement. So my legs, my arms, my breathing, my back, everything should move in a perfect way. By the way, can you perform such a type of skiing, konьkom?
No, I have a similar problem. I tried and I don't have perfect skiing, but I have experience, как это, как просто коньки, skaters.
Skating, yeah.
After I ride skaters and I try skate, it's sometimes it's go right. So it's I think it's about balance. You need to ride and shift your weight to the heels and slide. But I have problem with widened apart. It's I don't have, как сказать, лыжи не цепляются.
Не цепляются.
Когда в бок лыжу заводишь, она должна вот как-то, она разъезжается.
So perhaps it depends on the side of the
Right angle, yes.
So I will ask my trainer about it because I can ski and, for example, I can swim, but I do not do it in a proper way. That is why maybe it is not so effective. And if I do it in a proper way, this training will be more effective for me, I suppose. Okay, let's proceed to our topic. It is about etiquette. So this is a French word, and it moves to English without any changing. So etiquette, it is written like in French with all their letters from French. So the first question is, in your opinion, what is the purpose of etiquette? What problems does it solve in society? And the translation. Как вы считаете, в чем цель этикета? Какие проблемы он решает в обществе? So how do you think etiquette?
Okay, for start, what is etiquette? I think etiquette is a set of rules of what behavior is appropriate, what not. Also, I remember etiquette and similar как-то этикетки, etiquettes. It's some etiquettes on the chairs for some как-то в общем, прием у какого-то короля, либо обета короля, вот этикетки вешали, кому сидеть. Отсюда произошло этикет. So, it's a set of rules, but problem is this is rules people invited these rules, and it's depend of people what is good etiquette or bad etiquettes. So it's just rules. It's maybe similar to some law. Some law maybe good, maybe not, maybe appropriate, maybe good for this time, bad from another time, good for one society, bad from one society. So it's depend of many things, and
But what is the purpose? Why did they make such rules? What is the main purpose of it?
I think it's depend of people. For example, some rules, some etiquettes aimed to survive. Such like if you sneeze, covering your mouth, or you spread your salva, and maybe illness allowed your как-то people of your family, and you spread disease for all your family, for example.
So the
Yes.
first purpose is health and safety.
Yes.
Do not put your fingers cover your nose when you sneeze. So the first one is safety and health.
Yes.
And what about table rules when people eat? What is the main purpose of the etiquette? Eat the meat with such fork and the fish with another fork. What is it about? What is the main purpose?
I think it's some artificial rules for all people can see this sort of people is good from another sort of people, and this have some highest rules, and not all I don't know cheap нет, как это poor peoples eat only by hands, but also using for example one forks, it's maybe good for health too, because hands not really clean, it's maybe dirty, maybe some disease if you eat by dirty hands. Maybe it start from healthy and grow in something like 10 forks, 10 spoons.
So maybe if we speak about rules of eating, it was the rules for high class society, not for poor people. And also, by such rules, we can avoid some maybe conflicts, or we shouldn't disturb our neighbors on the table. And maybe we respect our neighbors, and we do not want to break their pleasure from eating their food. And I think that the main rule is to get as much joy from food as we can, and not to disturb other people who are also eating, maybe. So we
Also,
can chew in a very loud way, and it will be very good for us, but for other people, it won't be so joyful to hear such things.
but in some countries you need to chew loud, and this is respect from cook. You say, it's delicious, I eat and I make this noises because I really like this food.
So maybe etiquette is about boundaries of our freedom and other people's freedom.
Yes, it's also about boundaries. It's like rule of law, and this can be about other people or maybe about me because I want this and I invite these rules. If I can invite some new rules of etiquettes. For example, all people need to, I don't know, kiss my arms. It's for for surviving. I think it's not really good because this is way of infection can spread, for example.
Okay, so потеряла мысль, что-то хотела сказать. So it is about boundaries of our freedom, and maybe it is about predictable behavior. So if I go to the theater, I have some rules of behaving in theater, and my social environment for example, looks at me, and my behavior is predictable. I do 1, 2, 3, and everything. So everybody, it is when everybody's behavior is predictable, it is much easier to live in such society, maybe. Less conflicts, less irritation, less anxiety. So, by the way, do you want to live in such society when everybody's behavior is predictable because everybody follows the etiquette rules, or maybe it will be boring? Do you think that etiquette is boring?
Sometimes, but for example, when I waiting for a bus and some people smoking and split, I think etiquette is good. And I think we already living in some combo of freedom and rules, and this is a question about balance. If all people predictable and you maybe not always predictable, but if you don't afraid of another people, if you don't have discomfort and you know this person don't make you feel bad, then etiquette it's not necessary. But if we all free and one person free to smoke, I don't want to smell this. This is a conflict of freedom, and we invite rules like etiquettes also, which describe what good for many people, for society. We already have it.
Yes, you have find a very good word. It is about comfort in society. And etiquette is very good for comfort. And okay, thank you. And the next question is, do you think etiquette is becoming less important in modern society? Why or why not? So do you need today the rules of etiquette?
Sorry. Еще раз, do you think etiquette?
Значит, считаете ли вы, что этикет становится менее важным в современном обществе? Почему да или почему нет? So today's society has changed, and we have a lot of communication online. Do you think that we need a special set for online etiquette, for example? For example, video meetings in Zoom, in Skype, for our communication by short messages and something like that. Do we need such set of rules?
So we have some old set of rules, old etiquette, and now we invited new set of rules, new etiquette, but it also etiquette. For example, on my work, we have etiquette for live meeting, like turn your cam on, maybe some noises, where some code, for example. I think it's a question about how etiquettes transform from old rules to modern world. But also, yes, we need etiquettes. For start, people don't understand what his behavior can't make pain for another people, and we need to write these rules so people can't can't understand this is something you not good for another people. And yes, for start, we need to know what good, what bad.
And we can avoid a lot of conflicts and make our life more comfortable. Okay, and easy, of course. So the next question is, can you think of a situation where following etiquette rules made a positive difference? What about situation where ignoring them caused a problem? Можете ли вы вспомнить ситуацию, когда соблюдение правил этикета оказало положительное влияние, или ситуацию, когда их игнорирование вызвало проблему?
Something for healthy, I think. If during COVID you cold and don't cover your mouth, then you can have problems. Also, I remember this is etiquette rules that the man should let woman go first when it's gone upstairs, or men should go first when going down the stairs. I think it's rules for safety. If woman start to falling, then men can catch it. And also I try to как-то соблюдать
To follow.
to follow these etiquettes, and I really have situation when my
And you
wife
catch some woman.
yes I catch my wife.
Okay, and I think also, so wearing face masks during coronaviruses really, maybe it is now it has become a rule of etiquette. So when you catch a cold, everybody, I see that people wear such masks, and it really stopped spreading of different viruses. And earlier, when people start to wash their hands, a lot of digestion diseases has stopped because of this habit and because of this rule of etiquette. So such rules have some progress, and some rules of the etiquette can really change our life and stop some diseases. And it is very good. Okay, and the
But
next
also
question.
it's
Mhm.
maybe not so natural, because if you wash your hands with chemicals, you don't use your natural immune system, and this is not good, because you can't catch situation where some person don't wash, and so you can have как-то слабый иммунитет
Mhm.
из-за того, да.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe if I go to India, where a lot of people sit on the ground and they can eat with dirty hands and they have no problem with their health, because the immune system is very powerful. But it depends on society where I live, perhaps. And their food, their food has a lot of species, and it is very spicy. And as for me, when I lived in the south, I couldn't eat this spicy food for a long period of time. And they can eat it every day, but I can't do it. I can eat it maybe once or twice a week, but not every day. This is a problem for me. My stomach is screaming and shouting because, but they really eat a lot of spicy food, and that is why uh, maybe they can do not wash their hands without any problems. Okay, so the next question is, are there any etiquette rules that you find particularly annoying and outdated, and why? Есть ли какие-то правила этикета, которые вы находите особенно раздражающими и устаревшими, и почему? So, you mentioned kissing of hands. Okay, and what else? Maybe some outdated etiquette rules?
Um, for me, it's some sort of tables manners, such as keeping elbows pressed to your body. uh, don't lean your elbow to the table, and
So you like to lean your elbow on the table?
yes.
It is more comfortable for you.
Maybe. Also, I don't really often eat on the table. And also it's many rules about 10 knives, 10 spoons, and such things. Sometimes I think maybe it's good to eat with hands. I read, I heard, if you eat just by your hands, you have some connection on your fingers, and this is first contact, and it's good for digestion. I don't know. But for example, if I eat apple, I I eat it just by my hands. I don't use forks or knives. But if I follow the etiquettes, what I do?
Yes, I have a very big book about the etiquette, and read I read about eating of apples, and I was absolutely surprised because if you want to eat an apple, you must use knife and fork. You must cut this apple, get rid of the heart with seeds, get rid of it. Then you must take away the covering of the apple and slice it. And only after that, you should take this small piece of an apple without seeds and without covering and eat it. This is why you will not chew it in a very loud way, and you will not annoy your neighbors. I think that this is really awful. I decided to eat apples alone, not to irritate my neighbors, but I really think that there are a lot of useful substances in seeds and in covering. And I want to eat. Вообще, когда
I
яблоко ем, у меня остается только веточка. Вот я веточку не съедаю, все остальное съедаю. Огрызок я тоже съедаю. Тоже все полезно.
I think it's some kind of fruit like apple. It's natural for tree. It's a way to reproduct yourself. So if you eat apple, whole apple with seeds, then you transfer the seeds to another place. But you you don't need to chew seeds. They need to stay как-то целые семечки должны остаться. Because in the seeds some
I want to
chemical.
say that, but there are some lack of iodine in the seeds, and it is very important for you. По-моему, там йод есть.
Я слышал, что вот наоборот это. Растение максимально защищается, чтобы эти семечки не пострадали.
Okay, that that is very good, and I understand this process in nature. But anyway, maybe some of the rules can be that can very difficult to do, and especially about table manners, because life has changed. It is much more fast today, and we haven't time for doing this. We must eat and go. That is why rules can also change. But the only purpose of these rules is to understand the boundaries of our freedom and other people's freedom. That is why our life will be comfortable for us and for them. And maybe if our life has changed, the rules of the etiquette must also be changeable. Okay, and let's proceed to the yoga. So yoga focuses on self-awareness and respect for oneself and others. Do you see any similarities between these values and principles of good etiquette? Йога сосредотачивается на самосознании и уважении к себе и другим. Ну, это смысл бед, в принципе. Видите ли вы какие-либо сходства между этими ценностями и принципами хорошего этикета? So, we discussed the purpose of the etiquette, and we know the purpose of yoga. And do you think there are some similarities between these? Are they equal?
Not. They don't think of, because etiquette it's just rules invited by people. It's maybe good, maybe not. And yoga have principles. I think if you follow the principle of yoga, for example, first principle, then you already have some etiquettes don't как-то don't cause any harm to other people. For example, if chewing allowed make harm other people, then don't follow it. And I think yoga have something like true etiquette, and this etiquette, it's not just frozen rules, it's understanding. And from yoga principle you can invite new etiquettes dependent of this situation, this country, these times. So yoga principle is more как-то universal, нет, универсальный, как будет.
Yes, universal.
Вселенная universal. Нет?
So the etiquette is a certain part of the etiquette of the yoga principle. Нет, или нельзя так сказать?
Нельзя. Ну, просто набор правил, да. Иногда он соответствует, иногда не очень. Но люди, какие люди придумали, от этого и зависит.
And it is much more important to follow the yoga principles than the principles of the etiquette.
I think yes, because it's have understandable purpose of yoga principle. But if you slice apple by knife, I don't know why.
Okay. So we should better follow yoga principles than the principles when some rules of the etiquette, because some of the etiquette rules can be wrong.
Yes, or just frozen. It's maybe right from past, but now it's not actually working.
I think that etiquette rules sometimes are like laws. So we have a lot of repeated conflicts. One conflict on the rule, on the some reason, another conflict on the same reason, and we want to stop these conflicts. That's why we create a rule in order to stop these conflicts. But it is in the it like follows some situations. It is yesterday. Но всегда какой-то отстающий характер носит. And really, principles of yoga can avoid future conflicts, not past conflicts. Принципы йоги не носят отстающий характер.
Rules written by blood, something like yes.
Okay, and the last question. How might practicing mindfulness, a key aspect of yoga, help someone to be more aware of follow etiquette rules in social situations? Как практика осознанности, ключевой аспект йоги, может помочь человеку быть более осведомленным и соблюдать правила этикета в социальных условиях? So, what do you think about mindfulness? And does mindfulness help you to follow the etiquette rules in society? Maybe we will have less conflicts if we all will practice mindfulness. And is it really useful for us, this practice and this state of our mind?
Maybe depend of mind. So if some person like Hitler depend these rules, it's maybe not good. But also I think mindful, it's something like deepest understanding, and this is not just outer rules which we must follow just because this written by some book, but it's deeply understanding why why this is important, why you need to do this, not something else. So I think it's about understanding cause and consequence.
And I think that in our yoga school, we have a rule of every day practicing meditation on yoga principle. And I think it is very useful because it is not uploaded in our brain using this principle from nature. It is not natural for us. It is natural for us to be aggressive, to save ourselves, maybe to argue, to survive. And surviving for our ancestors, surviving didn't mean some like respecting other people's boundaries, their freedom, and this practice. So if we practice yoga, we have less stress, and we are in the state of mindfulness more time, and we have less aggressive emotions, and that really help us not to make new conflicts, new bad karma. And of course, in some bad situation, we have time to remember about principles of yoga, remember about etiquette rules, and I think that it is very important not to be in stress, not to be, because when we are in stress, we do not remember about etiquette. And I think that this is very important for us and for our social environment also. And the more people practice yoga, the less conflicts we have in society. And that is why, but some people do not want to hear about yoga because they can say, we are not Indian, we don't want to listen about yoga. But if you will give them rules of etiquette, they will perceive it without any inner conflicts, and it will be good for them. And that is the way we can offer them. We can offer them the rules of yoga in the form of etiquette rules, maybe, and it will be good for them. What do you think?
I think it's maybe a simple explanation. Be kind is more profitable, and if you don't follow etiquettes or some principle like first principle of yoga, then you be kicked out from society, and this is bad for you. So be kind, it's more profitable. Be kind.
Okay. So this is a very interesting topic. Maybe we have some problems that wasn't discussed, but it is okay. So thank you very much for this very interesting discussion, and hope to see you next Sunday. Bye bye.
Good week. Thank you. Bye bye.